Hello, my beautiful twin flames. Today is a very special day. My husband and I sit at opposite aisles of the political spectrum, so tension is really interesting in the house, but overall I'm elated. And before we get started on doing this reading here for our Divine Masculine, and what he wants to say to you, I invite you to really get in touch with your heart center. I've been doing a lot of meditations and yoga class lately, and I've learned so many things so fast, and I think that's really what this time is all about. You know, we are connecting back into the heart fire of the collective. And this is ultimately what's going to help us reunite with our twin. So anything that makes you feel good, anything that makes you feel alive is helping your twin do the same. And that comes with a fair amount of dismantling as well, which we'll get into with the cards here about what could be potentially blocking your connection. But don't focus on the blockages, focus on the joy. So that message has been really strong for me lately with Spirit. Okay, so let's get started here. Messages from your person to you. And I'll shuffle the cards because I know people really like me to do this in the moment. There we go. So we'll start with the Divine Masculine's Headspace. And if you feel really inspired after this reading, during this reading, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them below, comment, like. All of that helps boost this channel's visibility, and it makes me feel like I'm on the right path to doing something that's helpful in somebody's life. So that's all welcome. And you can purchase the reading below as well if you feel called. So we're going to start off here. We have the Tower in reverse, and wow, isn't that the perfect card for now? That's in the Headspace. We also have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So we're moving through mud. You know, a lot of our Divine Masculines have had, look at this, the Eight of Cups in reverse. Tower moments recently. And tower moments come about when we've been ignoring something that we know we should attend to. And then our whole world collapses. It's really not, you can decide how terrifying or how tame you want this to be. You have choices. And these choices are really important for shining your light, dimming your light, getting in touch with your sun cycles, getting in touch with your moon cycles, the light and the dark, the yin and the yang, the masculine and feminine, what have you. So what I love about this card as well is it's really speaking about the duality. And here are all these cups, here are all these options here in the middle. This is us. It's like the fruit of our suffering. Whatever we choose, we're going to suffer. But we can choose whether or not really to get stuck or embody that suffering. Or we can choose to set ourselves free. And that is what the Divine Masculine is doing right now. So for some of you, especially with the Eight of Cups in reverse, you know, you're definitely on his mind, but he is finally liberating himself. He has literally, with all three of these cards, loosened the shackles on everything about his existence. This is exciting ground for where the Divine Masculine is really going. And this is what his focus is in the mental space right now. So yes, with the Eight of Cups, there was this energy of, I'm really sad that I had to leave these two shining cups behind. Or maybe there's nothing left behind for me. I'm forced to move forward. Everything is broken. And your Divine Masculine is really breaking the chains on his depression or anxiety if he is so afflicted at this time, and saying, you know what? Be that as it may. Be that as I once felt this way. I choose to no longer let this limit me anymore. My future is mine to create. I am the divine creator and master of my destiny, and if I decide tomorrow I want to get back with my twin flame, I'm going to do it. If I want to quit my job and do another one, I'm going to do it. If I want to end my karmic relationship, I'm going to do it. I have no more indecision about these things. For some of you, your divine masculine has made a decision of some sort. So let's try to figure out here what that is. Let's start with some messages for you. This is so incredible. I never pictured this happening for anybody's divine masculine right now, but I'm sure the energy of election day really pushed this forward, at least here in the States. I just have to do something else right now. Please try and understand. I think that's past energy. I really didn't want to select that card, but something made me do it. So I think that that is a sign that that's kind of what he's overcoming. And I think that for a lot of you, this means your person is going to start prioritizing you and this connection more. I think a lot of you, I feel safer in the silence. I feel a lot of you, and look, that's a big silence card right there, have had some kind of heart chakra awakening as well. Maybe you realized somewhere where you were blocked or limited and you said, I want to get rid of this, and ask the divine. And this is a tool that you can use too if you ever want to get rid of something. Just ask the divine to help you. Say, I want to get rid of my pride, or I want to be able to accept myself more. I want to get the strength to not be so codependent or something. And I mean, be careful what you wish for, but the divine will answer. I've never forgotten you, even though you think I have. So yes, there's some toggling in here. I think these are some old residual energies. I think really it's a remembering and a recollecting of who he is, because we do have the 5 of Pentacles here on the bottom in reverse as well. So he's getting through a lot of sorrow and moving through it, finding ways to move through it with grace. So I think that's pretty fantastic. Let's move on to the heart chakra here, since we've been talking about the heart. And this is where your divine masculine and you are actually going to connect. This is where you connect with yourself, with the divine, with everybody else in the community and in the world. So if you haven't had your aha moment, tap into that place in your heart and think about maybe what is there. So here we have the 4 of Cups in reverse. Lots of reversals today. Lots of undoing, which is typical as we see with the waning moon. So this is great energy. But, you know, I recently went to go see a Reiki artist, and she had me do just that. She was like, she made me realize that my heart chakra, or my heart, was not something I really was tapping into. I was thinking more from the head. And she was saying, you know, the heart really controls all of the electrical impulses of the body. The brain is its partner, not its driver. We have strength. Leo's energy is represented here, and Leo governs the heart. So again, these are such important energies to pay attention to. And we also have this moon as well in, so partnership, duality. You don't have to be happy and sunshiny and wonderful all the time, even if, you know, if it doesn't feel that way. You can embody the dark. We need to go into chaos to transcend into order. So don't feel bad if you're like, how can I be happy-go-lucky all the time? That's not the point of this. The point is finding ways to take more burdens off yourself and out of yourself. And that, apparently, it all starts in the heart. So one last message here, one last card from our divine masculine for what he's thinking, what he's feeling. Woo! My energy is so all over the place with joy. 8 of Wands. Okay, so again, 8s, transformation. 7s are numbers of, I want to say divine order, but it's a heavenly number. And then, of course, we have our major arcana cards here. So we've got major themes of getting rid of things that no longer serve us before the divine steps in and says, you will now get rid of this, shedding things. And then we have strength, bringing in that energy of self-confidence, this ability to know that we have all the tools at our disposal to make things happen. I feel like your divine masculine is thinking about coming in and offering you some kind of sweetness, because we have the rose here, and roses are emblematic of love. So, you know, this eternal love. And this could be a recommitment to oneself too. So I have a feeling the divine masculine is really learning all the things that you're learning right now. He's coming out of this time of processing, as is represented by the Fours, so the time out of processing his emotions, and then out of this transformative yin energy comes this transformative yang energy. It's now time to put that aha moment into action. This tower moment has sparked a revolution in your divine masculine's heart, and I feel like there's such power and force coming behind his thoughts and feelings. I feel like he's going to reach out. Let's take a look at the messages here. But you know, it extends a lot more than just about reaching out. It's about remembering that you're united. It's about tearing away everything inside of oneself that is not love. My heart and mind always comes back to you. Same thing, that kind of like, I haven't forgot you energy. So you are really Polaris for the divine masculine right now. You are really true north for this person. They are looking to you to shine the way. And even if they can't see you, or even not stalking you on social media, they can feel you. I can't handle your words right now. Interesting. They can feel you and your energetic up-leveling and your spiritual downloads right now. So if this is resonating for you, please comment below. I'd love to know where you are on your journey. I feel like I'm talking to a very specific group of people. Okay, I'm reminded of you constantly. So maybe this had something to do with this tower moment that he had in the past. I feel like for some of you, your divine masculine was just bombarded with like reminders that your connection is still alive, that you are still a prevalent part of this person's life, that you exist. You know, there was a lot of suppression here in our earlier readings in the thoughts of the divine masculine. And for some of you, it was because he knew he had hurt you and he didn't want to face up or own up to that. And there's this freeing energy that's unleashed today, especially now that Mercury's gone direct, where this person feels like they can talk to you about it, or they're getting the impetus to be like, I am just going to go for it. I'm going to put all of my misgivings and all of my doubts aside because this isn't going away. I'm reminded of you constantly. I want to know more about this here. I can't handle your words right now. So we're going to use the Vessel Oracle deck to try to take a look at what that might be because of. My heart and mind always come back to you. So a conversation is playing in the divine masculine's head. There's something that was said. I feel like maybe some of you said, I love you. Some of you made them a promise. Some of you... Okay. All right, hold on. Because I'm hearing the word betrayal. We have anxiety here. I want to know more information about... Please, Spirit, bring in more information about these words. Anxiety, freedom, that they can't seem to handle. Huh. One more here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, please don't be childhood. This might not have anything to do with you altogether. So we have childhood, freedom, and anxiety. This is such a tough one because This could go many places. Some of you might have said something that triggered something one of their parents said to them in childhood, or an event in childhood. And I think the beautiful thing is we have freedom here, so they're working through it. We have this beautiful green heart chakra color, so they realize that the way to untwisting themselves, for lack of a better word, is through the heart. That's where the inner child lives. But it's giving them some anxiety. Whenever they think about it, they just don't feel strong. They don't feel Leonian. But the impetus to work on it and to talk about it is there. I think they know that they have to come forward and talk to you about it. I think this is the reason that they went away. I think that some of them had a fear of abandonment. And you know what? It's that classic scenario where, like, I'll give you an example. It's that classic scenario where you didn't talk to each other. Maybe one person thought it was all about sex. So you had one night of passion or a couple nights of passion, and one person thought, you know what, I'll just take this easily. And eventually, at some point, we're going to have this, a meeting of the minds, a meeting of two cultures, a meeting of two ways, and it's just going to be fruitful. And then the other person was like racking their brains out the entire time thinking, what does this person want from me? But I don't want to ask them what I want or what they want. And it was hurting them, but they didn't know how to express themselves. And I think that that comes from a fear of abandonment. Maybe this is a child of divorce and didn't know what was going on with their parents, but just saw a tremendous amount of pain and turmoil come from relationships. Oh my God, this is very deep. Sorry, guys. And identified or over-identified certain characteristics with certain genders. So like, oh, the man is bad because he left and got a new family, or the woman is, completely saintly because she raised me single-handedly by herself and didn't need this person. So this person became very, for some of you, very autonomous, very independent. And then you came along and everything you said was just so perfect. It was the way that the relationship should be. And they were like, this is fake. I can't handle this. This upsets everything that I grew up with or everything that defined my life and therefore defined me. And it was just this constant, I just dropped this card, constant cycle of anxiety and freedom, anxiety, freedom, and also the realization that this is the way out. This is the way we overcome all of our pain, and this is the way we become evolved, and I don't want to do it. And that's what this person is working through in the heart. I'm really happy to see this reading because, and please let me know if you have questions about your own connection in this regard, or how to open up the heart, how to live a heart-centered lifestyle, how to connect with your divine masculine or twin through your heart. Because it is a super easy practice once you become aware of that space. It governs, it really extends to almost everything in life. And it's no secret that here in America, like, heart disease is one of the number one killers. Because we are so disconnected from that space. And what a blessing it is to be a twin and get this opportunity to meet your heart's reflection and get put back on track. Oh my goodness. I'm just dropping cards like crazy. I apologize if this is like giving my mic nuts feedback. We have another 8, the 8 of Swords here for the action space. Transformation of thoughts. The butterfly emerging from the chrysalis. Whoa. We have all 4. Do we have all 4 8s? We have all 4 8s in the spread. Whoa. And you know what? My birthday is 8888. So that is a special message there for me. Transformation in money. This person is coming for you. Look at that. They are coming. They recognize that this is the way out. This is eternal. And we've got 2 guides here as well. We have the spider and we have the butterfly. Butterfly, again, transformation, that's obvious, but the spider weaves his or her own tale. The spider is about resilience and persistence and patience and kindness, and is linked to our ancestral lineage as the keeper of stories. So the way out is through. And then we have 3 of Cups reversed. So still some third party issues maybe going on here, but I really feel like for your Divine Masculine, that's pointing towards childhood. You could be involved with somebody. They could be involved with somebody. But to me, this third party is like work, it's blockages, it's on a more spiritual level than just a person. And it's not the 3 of Swords, so this isn't like getting over heartbreak. It's almost like getting over finally feeling worthy of being celebrated and having celebration. This person was somebody that felt very undeserving, and that again is a weakness of the heart. When you don't have enough heart fire, you become depressed and unsure. You lose your fire. You lose your connection to the things you love. When you have too much, you could become anxious, but more so you're trying to control everything around you. So modulate yourself. Make sure that you don't get anywhere in to the outskirts of those extremes. It's okay to bounce back and forth a little bit, especially if we're dealing with things, internal or environmental. But we always have to remember to keep moving. In stillness, we find peace. But unless you want to, if you feel called for action and creativity, lean into that. So we have to accept the world the way it is, but we also have to create the world or the reality that we want. And that's my personal philosophy. I don't know if you resonate. See? Look, move on and rest. The divine is literally telling us what we should do in order to gain union right now. I have never seen anything this clear in a reading before. And then, of course, we have defeat. So look, if you exist on these 2 opposite extremes, if you're running from your connection, you're running from yourself. Can't do that. If you're checking out and disassociating from your connection, you will be removed from it as well. You can't do that. Both things will end in defeat. The answer is self-care, and that looks different for every person. So let me know if you want some tips on that. I can leave those at the bottom of this video. I am in wellness by trade, so this is what I do every single day, and for myself as well. But overall, I just think this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reading. I mean, we're at this point now where the divine doesn't even care what you did. The divine doesn't care how your connection manifested. The divine doesn't care what happened. They're just like, let's just go move on from here. And if this is something that you really want, because you're here watching this video, if this is what makes your heart sing, if you know that this is the person for you, then hurry up and figure it out. Figure out all the things that you need to get there. And it's okay if you're with a karmic person. You know, you can do that spiritual work while you're with somebody. It's okay. There's no rule book to this, but the work must be done. So I'm going to leave you with one final message we have from the Practice You deck. This is where I remain unshaken in my soul, root chakra. So it gives you a little exercise here that you can do to feel this energy. Seated, hands on heart. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, bring gentle fists to the hip points and bow forward, honoring. You can sit in Indian style. Remain there until ready to rise up. Remain there until ready to rise up. See? It's okay. Wherever you are in your journey, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Don't push yourself too hard. But don't refute the work either. So that is the messages that we have today. I'm not even going to give you a timeline on when something may or may not happen. We have a lot of numbers here. The 8s really stick out. 8 weeks, 8 days, 8 months. Could be, could not be. But a shift has happened literally overnight. There's new, fresh energy coming in. And the divine wants you to know that revolution of the heart is coming. And be ready. All right, thanks guys. Like, subscribe to the channel if you liked this. Drop me a line if you like. Book a reading if you like. Check out my website. Whatever you like. Until we have a message for the collective, I'll see you then.